Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a profound and, honestly, pretty mind-bending ancient mystery. We're going to explore how a gripping apocalyptic text frames the ultimate cosmic savior. Specifically, we're looking at a really fascinating excerpt known as the Fountain of Wisdom and the Eternal Chosen One. Throughout this explainer, we're going to break down exactly who this figure is, where they come from, and the absolute upheaval they bring to the world. It's a story of immense hope, terrifying justice, and a total cosmic reversal of power. So let's just dive right into it.
We start right off in this ethereal realm. The text sets a mystical, almost dreamlike scene. It says, "And at that place I saw an inexhaustible fountain of justice, and around it many fountains of wisdom, and all the thirsty drank out of them and were filled with wisdom." The author is painting a picture of this alternate reality, where dwelling places are shared peacefully with the just, the holy, and the chosen. It immediately establishes that the ultimate pursuit in this realm isn't wealth, it isn't earthly power, but a deep, unquenchable thirst for justice and wisdom.
Section 1. Origins before time itself, a cosmic enigma.
What makes this entity, this chosen one, so incredibly fascinating is their origin story, because it completely shatters our standard understanding of time and history. This sequence brilliantly illustrates the staggering scale of the mystery. Step 1, the chosen's name is called. Now this happens before the world is created in Step 2, before the sun and signs in Step 3, and even before the stars of heaven are made in Step 4. The text explicitly states that this Son of Man was called near the Lord of the Spirits prior to the existence of the physical universe itself. So we aren't talking about a human hero born into history to save the day. We are literally talking about a force that predates reality.
Here we can clearly see this text isn't just describing a great leader. As the source text highlights, the Chosen, who's also referred to as the Son of Man, is a pre-existent hidden entity. It notes that for this specific purpose he was chosen and hidden before the world was even created and will exist into eternity. This figure is kept entirely out of sight. He's held in reserve as the ultimate agent of divine justice until the exact right moment in cosmic history.
Section 2. Hope for the Holy, the mission on Earth. Alright, so what exactly is this predestined entity meant to do for humanity when they finally step into the light? Well, the text paints this beautiful, highly poetic picture of a savior's role. For the just and the holy, the chosen acts as a staff, an unwavering support system so they don't fall. For the broader world, this entity serves as the light of the nations. And perhaps most movingly, the chosen is described as the hope for those who are sick in their hearts. It's an incredibly intimate mission of healing and guidance wrapped up inside this massive, grand cosmic narrative.
And the crucial point here is the universal reference this figure ultimately commands. The text tells us that all who live upon the earth will fall down before him and bend the knee. Everyone will bless, praise, and sing to the name of the Lord of the Spirits. It's envisioned as a moment of total, global unity, where this once-hidden Savior is finally recognized by every single living person.
Section 3. The Fall of Kings, the Great Reversal.
But right here, the tone takes a really sharp, ominous pivot. It shifts from immense hope to a terrifying reckoning for the worldly elite. You see, the arrival of the chosen brings a great reversal. On one hand, we have the just and the holy. The text says their portion is preserved because they hated and despised this world of injustice. They are ultimately saved. But contrast that with the kings of the earth and the mighty who possess the earth. The text explicitly states that their countenances will be bent down on account of their deeds. On the day of their terror and trouble, their souls will not be saved. The very people who held all the cards, all the power in the physical world, are stripped of it entirely.
Section 4. Ultimate Cosmic Justice, the Reckoning.
We now reach the climax of the text, where these seemingly untouchable earthly rulers face absolute destruction. They are taken out of their thrones and placed directly into the hands of the chosen. The text says they will literally burn before the face of the just and sink before the face of the holy. And perhaps the most chilling detail for a ruler who's obsessed with their legacy, absolutely no trace of them will be found. The text notes they're going to fall and never rise again, and there will be no one to take them by the hands and lift them up. They are completely and permanently erased. Just let this vivid, poetic metaphor sink in for a second, like straw in fire and like lead in water. It so perfectly captures the swift and total annihilation of earthly power. Think about it. Straw in fire combusts instantly, right? It leaves nothing behind but ash. Lead in water plunges straight to the bottom, heavy and completely unrecoverable. It's just a striking visual representation of how effortlessly this cosmic justice dismantles human hierarchies.
But the ultimate resolution to all this intense apocalyptic vision? It's actually incredibly calming. On the day of their trouble, there will be rest on the earth. The removal of the corrupt kings and mighty oppressors doesn't lead to chaos or some massive power vacuum. It leads directly to peace. The earth, which had been suffering under the weight of injustice, is finally allowed to exhale and be at rest.
Which brings us to a really fascinating final thought. The mystery behind the chosen in this ancient text leaves us with a deep psychological question. Why does the human imagination continually return to the mystery of a predestined chosen one to fix a broken world? I mean, from ancient texts like this one all the way to modern superhero blockbusters, this archetype of a hidden savior stepping out of eternity to overthrow corrupt rulers and establish lasting peace, it clearly resonates deeply within us. It speaks to a fundamental human longing for absolute justice, a world made right, and the hope that somewhere, hidden out of sight, a perfect resolution is just waiting for its time to be called. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this leaves you with something profound to think about today.